Yo, what's up, Chewy? I'm talking to this guy, who did this video, and part of the video, like, I mean, we could watch it real quick, but part of the video was, I guess I agree with, and then he started to get into some stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, and I guess I can like address it point by point if I watch it. I was listening to it earlier today while I was at work, and he responded to me in the comments, and we're kind of like going back and forth in the comments because um what I took from it, because I was listening to it at work, but what I took from it was that he was like, he said something about content creators, like the larger content creators are the reason why everybody wants to push their rank and people care too much about their rank, and it's the content creators, like the large content creators' fault. And I'm like, I don't think that's true, because most of the large content creators always are teaching people how to play the game, or they're about like learning the game and understanding how to overcome issues or problems that they have, right? And I named some content creators, like some of the larger people, like Brian F, and like the people that are like JM Crofts, and some of the people that are learning Tekken that have never played Tekken before, and people watch them and can learn from them because they're like, oh, they learn how Brian F learns, they learn how JM Crofts is learning, they're seeing that they're going through the same struggles that they're going through, and they, it's value in learning how they get over those humps, right? And it's not necessarily about just pushing their rank, it's about how are they getting better. So like the people that are watching the content don't necessarily care so much about their ranks, but like they care more about learning. But I think that wanting to push your rank higher is okay. Like it's not like people take this thing where it's like, oh well, people care so much about their ranks, which is what I thought he was talking about people care so much about their ranks that they would rather unplug their system to not lose their points and hold on to them for dear life. Those are the people that are a problem. So I thought that's the people that he was talking about. I'm like, well, the people that watch those big content creators are not necessarily the ones that are probably plugging. The people that are probably plugging are the people that don't watch the content, that are casual players, and they think they're hot shit, and they get online and they run this nonsense or whatever, and then like they win, and then they just like, or they lose, then they unplug their system. They're like, no, because that wasn't fair. No, I'm not going to take that dude is cheating. I'm not going to lose that, right? Like that type of thing. Like people have this dumb mentality, like of why they will unplug their system and or unplug and like rage quit matches so they don't lose their points. Like they're different people, and I feel like in the video he kind of mixed the people, but I could be wrong, so we can watch the video over again and see what's up. So because
where he sweeps you. Does everybody?
And like judging from the clip, he plays Raven. I don't know how good he is actually. This video was 4 days ago, and he's, I think, in yellow ranks about to promote, or maybe orange ranks or something. He's playing against the yellow rank. He's 10th Dan, so he's Dominator against a Warrior. Right. And I'm like, I don't know if he's like really good, and he's just ranking up past like here, or because he was saying that like a lot of the game, like the game where false ranks are aplenty. And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, I mean that happens in like every game. Like people plug in every fighting game, bro. Like everyone. It's not just this one, and it's not just a lot in this one. Some people might experience it more than others in certain games, and it might also depend on what characters you play and how your character makes people feel. Like, I'm surprised that more people haven't unplugged against me, but maybe I'm in the sweet spot where
Fuck you.
Maybe I'm in the sweet spot where people are not really plugging in the red ranks, where they're plugging in the lower ranks to get to red ranks, and then once they get to purple ranks, there's a bunch of people plugging to not drop back in the red ranks. So like that's what I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure about that,
No
but
intro, no ads, no sponsors.
you know,
Twitch. I stream on YouTube. Go check it out, by the way. People. I gotta start this video off laughing, man. You know what this video is. You looked at the thumbnail. You know exactly what the hell I'm about to say about this ignorant shit. All the big well-known tech and content creators talk about this stuff now with this game.
the big, well-known tech and content creators. So the only people that I know is like Mayman Sweet, FDX, you know, like I don't even want to say the people that are in the extra high ranks, like, you know, the Anakins and the Shin, what is Shinblade and like was it Kwis and like these other people. They're in the high, like they don't care about the, like, I mean, I guess they do care about pluggers, but like I feel like they're in the ranks where at that point people are not plugging because they're in like the highest ranks in the game. And the people in the highest ranks in the game, while some of them may be plugging still, maybe I think it's a lot less people up there because the people up there got to be some type of good in order to even get all the way up there. So, I mean,
But I was saying this shit back when Street Fighter 6 first came out.
back when Street Fighter 6 first came out, bro, people been plugging since fighting games have been like put online. People have been plugging, like people have been unplugging, rage quitting matches. What do you like? Street Fighter 4, like Street Fighter 4. I don't even know what was before Street Fighter 4, if there was any online fighting games before Street Fighter 4. But like, you beat somebody's ass in Street Fighter 4, they'll unplug too. Like they'll dashboard, whatever that's what they used to call it, dashboarding on 360, or you know, hitting the home screen on PlayStation 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this happens in every fighting game. It happens to different degrees in different fighting games because different fighting games are larger than others. So it might happen less often in fighting games before because a lot of casual players weren't playing. But when casual players start playing a game and they start getting online and they have this mindset in their head, they have this thought in their head that like certain stuff is too cheap to lose to. So it's like, oh, this guy's doing this thing. This guy grabbed me a bunch of times. This guy kept doing this combo on me, this block string that I didn't know how to get out of. Nah. And then he almost beat me. Nah. He don't deserve those points. That's the type of mindset that some of these people have. And that's what I'm like. Those are casual players. Now, there are some people who are FGC people or competitive players who still plug, where it's like, I've seen there was the guy, who was the dude? He was like the top tier Jack player. And I forgot what his name was. Top tier Jack player. And it wasn't Anakin, but it was this other guy, not Joey Fury. He plays Paul, right? And there was another guy. He was like an online. He came up, I think he got like big when FDX got big or something like that. I remember. But he played Jack, and this guy was doing whatever. They were fighting, they were playing this match, and the dude dashboarded. The top ranked Jack player online dashboarded, like because he didn't like playing against that character and he didn't like what the guy was doing. So he was like, I'm not dealing with this, and just rage quit. And I'm like, really? So it's like, people do, but I don't think it's definitely not a majority thing where people are plugging. It's a minority of people. I don't think most people are unplugging their system. There are a lot of people that will one and done you, but at least they're not plugging. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're getting, like, it's like, okay, well, I want to save my points. Your points matter less than your match knowledge, like your matchup experience. Like, if you want to get higher in the ranks, you need matchup experience. And then you'll understand how to fight those characters just a little bit better each time you play them. And if you go into your replays, and you'll tell you how to punish certain things, and if you can remember those things the next time you play them, then you get a little bit better each time. But people don't understand that. It has nothing to do with the content creators. People are going to care about their ranks in video games, period. People care about their ranks in games, period. One thing that I think that it was a problem with content creators and ranks is Valorant. Valorant and is something that's a problem. Valorant has the content creator rank problem because in Valorant, most of the time, content creators only show their highlights on YouTube, right? And I've been talking about this before because I was a Valorant content creator for probably like a year and a half. And people will only post their highlights, and some of the top players and really good players will never show you their they'll never show you their worst stuff. They'll only show you the absolute best plays that they've ever made, and you would think that they never lost. You would think that they never ever lost, and you would think that they never messed up. You would think that every game they played went that way, and people think that. So when you don't play that way in game, people are like, how could you not do that? How could it? And they're in the same bronze, silver rank you are, talking shit about what you didn't do. And this is why they can't rank up, because people don't know how to play the game. And they're expecting people to play the game like these immortal players and these radiant players that know how to do all this stuff, right? But in the fighting game community and fighting game content creators, these people tell you that your rank is not everything, and this is how you need to learn to play against these characters. This is how you need to learn to play against people online. This is what you need to do. This is the struggles that we go through. You watch these people lose constantly. People post up their whole session. They don't just post the highlights of them whooping somebody's ass. I mean, some of the I think smaller creators do, but like, even though I'm a small creator, I post up all of my, like, if I have a rank session I want to post on YouTube, I post the whole rank session. So if I was winning, losing, whatever, you see what went on. But people just want to see matches. And I think if you're disingenuous about how you post your matches, then like when people come to your stream, they expect that you're way better than they think you are. And then like they see you lose, and it's like, oh, well, how come you only post your wins online? It's like,
these master rank frauds. You remember that? Of course you don't. Go back and fact check my catalog if you want. The Main Man Sway. If you're familiar.
he doesn't even watch Main Man Sway. Or else he would have known that it was Main Man Sway, not Main Man Sway. The dude is from Sweden, I believe, which is why it's Main Man Sway. Like,
with him, just talked about this not too long ago, where it was a breath of fresh air just to get somebody to goddamn rematch him. And based off what you just saw, the proof is in the fucking pudding. It don't matter what level you at.
you show one match of a dude plugging. One match. I've literally had one person, and I've played over 1,200 games so far, and I'm sure people have played way more than me because I be at work. I can't really play all that much. I play when I come home. But out of 1,200 matches, somebody has plugged against me one time. Literally, it was like earlier today or yesterday. Once. Now, like I said, it may be because I'm in red ranks and I might be in that little sweet spot, but one time. So it's not a majority of people. Maybe in purple it happens more often because people are really trying to hold on and get the blue ranks or something like that. Because I don't know what they hope to happen when they get the blue ranks. They're just gonna keep losing.
Nah. Low rank, mid rank, high rank. These players will protect their ranks with a fucking passion, bro. You know, somebody needs to put a poll up.
Like, this is what I'm talking about, where he says these people will protect their ranks. The people who are plugging, right? The people who are plugging, the people who are like one and doneing and plugging, those are the people that are protecting their ranks with a passion. Those are the people that are protecting their points, right? So just keep that in mind.
Somebody popular, not me, needs to put a poll up where we can see, out of the 3 big fighting games out right now, which one has the most amount of players that hate to lose their rank points.
You will never find a real answer for that, because you would legitimately never find a real answer for that. You need to poll a bunch of people who all play the same game the same amount of time. Like, you can't You'll never find a real answer to that, because you might just catch people on a day where all of the people who play Street Fighter answered the question, and they'll say Street Fighter because they don't play Tekken. You'll get all the Tekken people who don't play Street Fighter and have been playing Tekken 7 and Tekken 8, right? You'll get all those people. You'll get the people who play anime stuff, and you'll be like, yeah, they'll be like, yeah, man, in this game, they be plugging all the time, and then, you know, because they don't loot, like, it depends on what day of the month or whatever, when the game came out. If you say right now, most people are probably playing Tekken 8 right now. A lot of people are playing Street Fighter 6, but I'm sure a lot of people moved from Street Fighter 6 to Tekken 8 when it came out to grind Tekken 8. And when Ed comes out, there maybe if you ask it on the day that Ed comes out, more people will be playing Street Fighter 6 because the new character drops. So you'll never find a real answer for that. People plug in every single game, every single fighting game. And I think it's more usually maybe in the lower ranks, in like the higher rank. I don't even know. But I'm telling you, it's in every game. It's every game. I don't think I've ever played a fighting game where there's been people that don't dashboard and unplug their system and just try to protect their points with their life. You know what I mean?
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it feels like it's
definitely Tekken, considering there is zero punishment for plugging. It's been like this for a while, dude. It don't. I'm telling you, it don't matter. People do not like, people who plug do not care. They care more about not losing to the person, and even if they get a bunch of points taken away, they'll keep doing it. Or if they know, because they plug so often, that, oh, if you plug a certain amount of times, then it starts taking points away, and you got to play some matches first, and then when you play some matches, then you can plug again, and you know, so you don't lose some. People devise strategies behind this stuff. Like, that's how much they be wanting to either protect their points or not lose to something that's cheap. It's only Tekken right now because it's the newest game. It's only Tekken right now because it's the newest game. If you would have asked this when Tekken 8 wasn't out and it was Street Fighter 6, Street Fighter 6 was the one that had the most because it was the newest game. I've had people plugging on me in Soul Calibur 6, and that probably happened way more often. I don't know if you were here when I said earlier, out of 1,200 games that I've played, or over 1,200, maybe 1,300 games that I've played in ranked, in Tekken 8 alone, I have had one person plug against me, and I play Victor. So you think that people would plug against me more if they're losing to me, and they don't want to lose against Victor because Victor is so annoying to fight against. It also depends on the character you play and everything. Like, it's just the save resets too, but just no longer possible in Tekken 8. What's plugging? Plugging is just basically when somebody's about to lose. It's rage quitting. Like, it's just like when somebody's about to lose and they just unplug the cord off the console. Like, unplug the Ethernet cord off the console, or close the game before they lose so they don't lose their points. It's never going to get fixed. It's going to be a problem if players get banned for power outages or something. People really do that. Oh yeah. In every game, it's a problem in legitimately every game. It's not even like any game that's like any fighting game, right? Any fighting game, any 1v1 game, something like that. People will quit out. They're like, no, this has been going on for ages. This is not new. This is not new to Tekken 8. This is not new to Street Fighter 6. People have been doing this since since fighting games have been online. Whatever the first fighting game was that was online, that's where they've been doing it. That's where, I'm telling you. If people feel like they got cheated, or they're like, no, that's cheap. You can't just do that to me. You can't juggle my character like that. That did too much damage. I'm just going to unplug. No, I'm not going to lose to that. No, you're not getting my points. People do this. People think this way. There are people out there that think this way.
Leaning towards Tekken 8, my dude. It feels that way. Now, by no means am I saying that playing online in Tekken 8 is not enjoyable. I'm just
Yo, I feel like boosting is harder than how do people even be boosted? I know they try to queue up together, but like how do you even sit there and do that long enough to match up against the same person and just what do you even want to do? Like, why do you even want to get your rank that high? And then you can't even fight the people up there because you don't even know how to play the game. Like, I don't understand. You're not proving anything to nobody. Like, it's like, oh, I'm a Tekken god, but I've only gotten there by by using this alternate account to beat on this character so that we can get the ranks higher. That's such a waste of time. You get nothing out of that. Like, you literally get nothing out of that. People just quit, and I'm like, man, where are my points? They also auto win scripts now as well. We auto win scripts. What is a auto win script? I mean, like they just basically beat whatever you do, right? Yo, what's up, Black? As soon as the match starts,
saying.
Let me finish the rest of this. The video is not that long. It's like halfway over.
I'm the type of person that will call some shit out. And what I'm calling out is there are a lot of players online with some false ranks.
So at the same time, right? Like there's people online with false ranks. So if you're advocating that rank doesn't matter and you shouldn't care about your rank too much, then it shouldn't matter that people are online with false ranks. Right?
False ranks, meaning they don't deserve the rank that they're currently at.
Does it matter? Like, does it matter? Like, does it actually matter though? It's like when I look at my rank is like kind of like a personal thing. It's like usually it's like the only thing I'm looking to do is to basically like I want to try to keep up with my friends as a goal. I'm like, okay, my one friend is at Mighty Ruler, and then my other friend and I got another friend at Mighty Ruler, and I want to see if I can keep up with them or stay ahead of my other friends, right, in rank, right? Like that's what the leaderboard is. Like, you just have a leaderboard. You just want to rank up, but it's not like me personally. It's not like I'm not learning anything. I'm learning things because I'm playing matches. I'm starting to recognize strings. I'm starting to recognize different moves, starting to recognize how people and what people want to do. But I got to play against all these different characters. And the more I play against the characters, the more I learn about playing against those characters. So even if my rank is not moving because I'm stuck in Garyu right now, I still just need to learn different things. I'm like, okay, well, how can I adjust my game plan? How can I play more defensively against these certain characters? Should I play more offensively? Like, I'm learning things. I'm getting experience. So like that's the thing that's most important. But I still care. I still want to push my rank forward to make some progress, right? Also, the other person who have different styles of gameplay, rank doesn't matter. Yeah, rank does not matter, but your rank, like to get to higher ranks, you still have to be better. Like you still have to be better. Like it's not, your rank doesn't say that you are this skill level and you can beat X people, right? Like just because people are in purple rank doesn't mean that I can't beat them and I'm in red rank. I'm in Garyu. I've beaten people who are Mighty Ruler. I've beaten people who are, I don't know about Flame Ruler, but I've beaten people who are in purple ranks, right? I've beaten people who were better than me. There's like a Yoshimitsu, like we played the first day, so it didn't count all that much. But like we played like the first and second day of the game coming out, and he's a legacy player. He played Yoshimitsu in previous, iterations of Tekken, and not my friend who plays Yoshimitsu, but there's another person that I know that plays Yoshimitsu, and he played Yoshimitsu in Tekken 7, and right now that person is like in the blue ranks with Yoshimitsu, and he's actually pretty good. So like, and I've beaten him, I've taken games off of him, so it's like it doesn't mean that since he's that rank that I just cannot beat him. If I can't beat him, it's because he's just better than me. He knows more than me. So eventually, I just have to get enough knowledge and enough understanding of the game to get to that point. So like, yeah, I mean, the rank does say something, but it doesn't mean everything. You shouldn't necessarily care about your rank, because in Tekken 7, I didn't care about my rank at all. And in this, it's like I want to move further. I want to get my rank higher, but like at the same time, I'm not going to stop playing matches because my rank is dropping too low. Because it's like, even if I were to drop all the way back down into Vanquisher, I don't know how that would happen, but like, even if I were to drop all the way back down into Vanquisher in the first orange rank, I know I'm going to eventually get back to red, because that's just where my skill level is at right now. Maybe I just had a really shitty day and I lost to everybody. But it doesn't matter, because I'll eventually get back, because I'll just be playing more matches. I'll have a better day and then I'll get back. Like, that's just what it is. I've seen some relatively weak players in ranks they shouldn't be. They got there by cherry picking. Yeah, they probably they get there by cherry picking, and then there's people who cherry pick matches, and all the people who are cherry picking matches will play against each other, and they're technically boosting each other, because like, those are the only people that they probably would be able to beat. The people that got to those ranks by playing everyone and playing the entire set probably deserve their rank more, because they got there by playing everyone, not cherry picking matches. But then the people who are cherry picking matches get higher ranks, and then each people that are cherry picking each other, they're the only ones that they can beat. So then they're just kind of like laddering each other up into the fucking higher ranks. Like, because some of the people I watch fight, I've seen people in purple ranks, and I'm like, do you even know how to play a character? Like do you even know what you're doing? Like, they are moving so horribly. They're not really, they don't have any purpose in their attacks or anything like that. They're not even like mashing. They seem scared, and I'm like playing against them, and I don't know whether it's just Victor or whatever, but they seem scared to move, and I'm just like, how are you a purple rank? It doesn't happen often. It was like maybe 2 times, but it was like, how did you even get this far playing like this? Like, I could see somebody getting a purple rank mashing more than somebody who barely moves. You know what I mean? Try that in Fujin ranks. It actually does. Won't work. To an extent, it definitely do. Certain ranks, no, of course, this game rewards an aggressive playstyle. Some ranks are actually playing Tekken. So I think, to me, it seems like high purple ranks and like above, like maybe like Flame Ruler and the last purple rank maybe and above. But then I can't even say that, because I've seen some people doing some weird stuff in higher ranks, like whiffing big moves in neutral, and getting whiff punished super hard, and I'm just like the only time I ever see like tight close Tekken being played is in like Tekken God. Like Tekken God ranks, Tekken God Prime. That's where you see characters doing a lot of smaller moves, a lot of less committal moves, and then trying to catch somebody off guard. They're doing small attacks, small chip damage, small lows, small mids, and then somebody like steps, somebody whiffs something, and then they get launched, and then they get the big combo. They're not necessarily throwing out launchers and throwing out all these big moves all the time. But it seems like in the lower ranks, you're forced to play super aggressively because other people are playing super aggressively. and so that you don't get knowledge checked super hard while trying to learn against the character. You're still blocking and you're getting knowledge checked. In order for that not to happen, you have to knowledge check the shit out of the other person. But in Tekken God ranks, most of them probably know most of what the characters can do and what they're capable of, and like what their punishes are, and understand how to punish stuff properly, and know more of the things that are punishable by launcher and all that kind of stuff to get big damage. So, or how to like bait counter hits and all that kind of stuff, so that they can get their big combos off of smaller hits. That's all up above. I've seen mashing in God ranks. I I don't know, man. You using Raina? I'm trying to steal some sauce. No, I'm not. I'm using Victor. I've thought about using Raina in like Azucena and some other characters, but not yet.
Not a quick match. There's nothing on the line in a quick match. I'm talking.
People will leave in quick match too. Maybe not leave maybe not like rage quit, maybe not plug, but they will definitely one and done you in a quick match. And it happens often because they have their ego on the line, I guess, in quick match, where they're just like, I gotta win. Oh, I can't let this guy do what he did to me. And then like they beat you and then they teabag you and then they leave. And I'm just like, in a quick match? Really? Okay. Sure. So if I'm honest, Battle Ruler and Yo are good. I've seen Flame Ruler players not as good, and I wonder how they even got that rank. I got a lot of Battle Rulers and higher are really good, but by what I've seen, and up are better. Those same mashers though, which is crazy.
Talking about putting their rank and their points,
the pluggers and rage quitters,
against somebody else who won't fall for their mashing knowledge check bullshit.
Okay, so mashing and knowledge checking, two different things. You should knowledge check people. Mashing is probably something you shouldn't do. Knowledge checking is something you definitely should do, because if you knowledge check somebody and they do not pass the test, then you have to use that against them. The higher you go when you knowledge check people, if they know, then you have to be able to have other things to test them on and see which ones of your like strategies or which one of your like play styles or how you approach the situations works, so that you can get in and stuff like that, right? Like, and then as you go higher and higher, your play style will probably get tighter and tighter, because like you can't just do things that are punishable, because then you not only lose your turn, you allow your opponent to take their turn and take the momentum back. So you don't want them to take the momentum back. You want to get the life lead, even if it's by small 1,000 cuts, right? Even if you want to get the life lead with small hits and try to, stay kind of evasive and try to look for whiff punishes and, take your turn back when it's your turn to press buttons. And it gets tighter and tighter the higher you go, because you can't just throw things out, because people will probably start stepping you. They'll probably start understanding. They'll know what to step. They'll know how to just completely make you miss whatever you were about to do and then just destroy you for it. So you can't just do whatever you want. Maybe in some cases you can, but like I said, the higher and higher you go, I think that's why it gets a little more tighter. And if you want to talk about another area past Tekken God Supreme, you have pro players, people who are all the way up there, who are actually like pros, who understand how to play the game on a whole nother level than people who only play online, right? So then if you run into them, it's a whole different ball game than if you run into somebody else up there, because somebody else up there might just be literally just knowledge checking you. And the other people that are the pros that know how to play the game, they don't have to knowledge check you. They can just play a solid neutral, play solid defense, and just pick you apart. So like, they don't have to commit high committal in to like risky things. Knowledge check in Tekken terms means mix-ups. Don't keep getting caught in those mix-ups. I mean, everybody's gonna get caught in mix-ups. Like you're going to get caught in mix-ups. That's just the nature of fighting games. Like everybody has some type of mix. Maybe some more than others, but that's the whole thing. Like sometimes somebody will know something about your character. They'll know the mix-up, so you have to use that to your advantage. And since they know the thing, you're like, okay, well, since they know this mix up, I'm going to now apply mind games, because now they're going to play the game with you. They're going to play that mix up defense, and they're going to play the game with you, and now you mind game them. So like when people start blocking, well, I did a terrible job of it in this one match that I played against the Devil Jin, where he kept blocking the low, and I was like, oh, I keep going low, but it's not like I get a launcher off of that low or anything. But like he kept blocking the low, and what I meant to do was go for the overhead. So I started doing the mid, the overhead plus on block move. I started doing that to make him stand up. So like he would get hit on the head or he would block it. I would be plus. I would continue to do my stuff. Then I would do the thing, do mid into the high +3 move, and they have to duck that. But if they don't know, they'll get slaughtered. Like so, like it's just a whole bunch of these things. And once I see that they understand where to go and what to do, the next time I approach them, you go do something different to catch them and punish them for knowing what they were supposed to do. Which is the reason why I can't ever parry anybody with I can never parry anybody with EI stance forward. If like Victor has a parry in forward, but it only parries lows. And I can't even go under any highs because people don't even know to throw the high. They don't even know to jab when his stance comes out. Most of the time, I don't even have to do anything because nobody understands. Like nobody knows that like his stances are so unsafe. So like if they understand that the stance is unsafe and then throw a jab, then I can start applying the mind game, because then once they jab once, the next time I go in and teleport, I hold forward, the jab goes over my head, I punish with up 1 or 1-1. And then like the next time they're thinking, did I just press the wrong time? And then I do it again, they whiff a jab. Then the next time they might duck because they're like, oh, well, he does a mid, so maybe if I down jab, but I hold forward, they down jab, they get parried. But without them knowing or trying things, then I can't even use that move. Like that move might as well not even be there. Like maybe I'm trying to figure out another way to use it, but I don't think there's any other way to use it. I think some people get too worried about their health bar comebacks are real. Well, I mean, you're supposed to care about your health bar. That is the thing that you're supposed to protect. You're supposed to protect it, but like you can't protect it to a point where you're not moving or not making any decisions. Like going on the defensive might be bad in some situations when you have no life, because like you don't want to take a mix up. Like you don't want to take a mix up where all you got to do is get kicked in the feet to die. So like you have to be more aggressive, right?
You know what I'm talking about. Your Yoshimitsus, your Elizas, your Lars, your Horangs.
I'm surprised that he didn't say Victor.
Bro, but listen.
A lot of these characters are just mixed. Like they're like, you got Xiao Yu, you got Alyssa, you got Asuka, Lily, Jin, Devil Jin. Like there's a bunch of characters. I mean, like that's what it is. Like they just got some like nasty mix. Azucena. Like I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but like with Victor, it feels like if you stand up and don't mash, what is the worst low you could possibly take? What is the worst case scenario for Victor hitting you with a low attack? If you're not mashing. Down back 4? Down 3? he has to go in the EI stance to knock you down with a low. That's about it. And he doesn't get a combo for it. He gets to knock you down off of a slow low. And if you got hit, you got hit. It doesn't result in a combo. It will result in you being on the ground, and now you have to get up. That's about it. But I have to go in the EI stance for that. But if I'm not in stance, then what? Like, even if I'm in stance and I do 3-3-2 in EI stance where he stomps on your feet, the second hit of that doesn't combo. So if you stood up and blocked, you stood up and blocked, and it's -5. So like you go in EI stance, stomp on somebody's foot, and commit to the second high swing, a sword swing, and the person is stand blocking. They get stomped, they get their feet stomped on, and then they block the sword, and now I'm -5, and it's their turn, and I'm right in their face. Like, just stand up and don't mash, and you'll be fine against Victor, I feel like. Why he say Yoshi? Cause Yoshi, thanks for the follow on TikTok. He say Yoshi because like Yoshi has bullshit. Like Yoshi has bullshit. Yoshi has unblockable sword attacks. Yoshi has like some like flight BS where he flies in the air and he either spins around with this super safe homing move that hits all around him and is safe, I'm sure. And then, or you go to block that and then he just grabs you while he's floating in the air, slams you on the ground. Like he has a lot of weird stuff. He has like weird spit breath thing that's unblockable. He has a lot of unblockable things. He has Flash. Flash is the fastest move in the game. I'm pretty sure Flash is faster than 10 frames. So like you can punish things or you can stop pressure with Yoshimitsu way better than a lot of other characters can, because places where you wouldn't be able to press a button with another character, you can flash and stop all the bullshit. Like Yoshimitsu can probably flash Victor to death. Like if I'm sitting there doing like stance pressure stuff. Anytime he sees me go into a teleport, he could probably flash and I can't do anything. Like, you get punished easily. I have to KBD a lot, and it's painful to play him. I don't use Flash as much or unblockable. You should be using Flash way more. That's probably why it's pain to play him, because you're not using Flash. Don't not use a move because it's too strong or you feel like it's cheap. Use it. If people are getting hit by it, use it. If you know how to use it properly, use it. You have to space out so much. What? It sounds like you need to watch some Yoshimitsu players. You don't like playing cheap? Well, you don't like playing fighting games. I don't know if you've ever been to tournaments or you've ever been to events or you've ever played people that are in the competitive community in fighting games. That is what you need to do to win. If you're saving stuff because you're like, oh, I don't want to do that, it's too cheap, then you don't want to win. You need to do your opponent as dirty as you possibly can, because they are not going to look to not do you as dirty. Do not play these games and sit here and go, oh, I don't want to play cheap. I don't want to do the stuff that I know is going to hit people because it's so cheap. Don't do that. You played King in Tekken 7 and now he doesn't feel as rewarding. I think he feels different. I'm telling you, it just feels different. My friend said the same thing about Yoshimitsu. My friend of like 30 years, he plays Yoshimitsu, and he's played Yoshimitsu ever since Tekken 1. And in Tekken 8, he was like, man, I'm about to drop him. But the reason why he's about to drop him is because now he's playing matches online. He's never really played people online. He didn't have really good internet until maybe like Uh, I want to say recently, but it's probably like freaking like 6 to 10 years ago because we're old. But like, he didn't have good internet for a really long time. Like for most of the way, probably through Tekken 7, he didn't have good internet, right? So, um, he just never played online for real, for real. He just only played us. Like he played me, he would play the other friends around the area, and that's it. So he didn't really play online. He didn't really understand like what it was to play somebody who understands how to play Tekken, or even what people do to people online on Tekken. So like when he started playing this game, and I was started to beat him because he used to beat me all the time in Tekken, and we had a whole thing. And he said he was going to beat me on day one with new character, and we were both going to use new characters, and I beat him 7-2. So, uh, and then he realized that what it was, and then he was started playing online. He started trying to rank up. I think he got to like Destroyer, and then he was like, "Dude, I've never played people who do stuff like this." But he was also saying, "I'm about to drop Yoshimitsu because he don't feel like what I want him to be. I don't really like how his armor is in this game. I don't like." I was like, "No, you're not dropping this character. Learn how to play the character. Take the character's kit and understand how to play the game first, because he doesn't have fighting game fundamentals. He just plays like we used to play. So I want him to understand how to play fighting games first, and then so he can learn the character for what the character is and understand what the character is supposed to do, and then add your little flavor into it." Because I haven't really watched any victors really play. Like I've seen some people do some things, and I was like, okay, I understand what he can do, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see what else I can add onto this. How can I but I don't see when I watch see a victor, I don't see him doing stuff that I'm doing. But then again, he might be better than me. He might play tighter than I do. But it might be a product of me playing online so much and having to develop this super aggressive strategy and be fast and always know what I'm about to do next to try to beat these people before they beat me. So like that's just a product, but I can adapt. I feel like, and try to adapt to the better players. Like I'm terrible at adapting to players who just do anything. I gotta like stop. Like the Yoshimitsu dude who kept hop kicking. I'm like, I gotta really stop pressing anything and let him hop kick and then take my turn. It works, but also at the same time, I love these games, but I want to at least be a respected player. I understand what you're saying. Being a respected player doesn't mean that you don't do anything cheap. You will be more respected for doing the cheapest shit to people and it looks sick. That's how you are a respected player. You don't get respected because, oh, he doesn't use cheap things. That is casual mindset. Don't think like that. If your character got something good, use it. You got flash. You need to be finding every situation that you can use flash in to get you out of bad situations. Don't you can in the beginning you probably should use it as much as possible to find out where it's good and where it's bad to do it. And then keep in mind all the good places that it is to use it and continue to use it. Like I will get mad at people for doing certain stuff and dealing and doing certain things with their character or whatever. But I'm never going to tell somebody they shouldn't be doing what they're doing with their character unless they really not playing the game correctly and I'm trying to teach somebody how to play and be better. If somebody's willing to learn and I can teach them to bring them up to where I am, like I can't teach anybody that's better than me, you know what I'm saying? But like anybody that's willing to learn and they want to be as good as me, then I can like bring them up to where I'm at. But they got to be willing to learn and what to do and what not to do. Generally, I'm not a person that's going to be like, don't ever do that move ever. It's more like find the best place to use that move if you're going to keep using it, because or be aware that this move is very unsafe. Like I use moves that are very, very unsafe on block, but people don't punish me for them. But I keep it in my mind that this is very unsafe to do, and I probably, if somebody is punishing me well, then I probably shouldn't do that move because they'll definitely destroy me for doing that when they're punishing everything. Or if they're mashing, I can't do certain stuff because I'm like, if I do this unsafe -21 move and they block it, they're gonna mash and they're gonna get a punish, and I'm gonna die. So, I hate spamming or abusing moves, but I've played Tekken for 15 years and I'm 21 and I played for most of my life. I grew up playing Tekken. I also grew up playing Tekken. I started in Tekken 3. I've played Tekken 1 and 2, but Tekken 3 was the first game that I owned. And that's how we used to think before I got into playing games in tournament. That is how we used to think. Where it was like, oh, we don't want to grab too often. You don't want to keep abusing the same move and over again because that makes the person mad. And it's like, oh, that's cheap. You shouldn't do that. No, that is not how it works. That is not how it works. If you're playing in tournament, or you're playing in an event, you're playing in a 1st to 10, you do your opponent as dirty as you possibly can do them. If you're doing something and you know that it's unsafe, but they keep getting hit by it and they keep taking a shit ton of damage from it, you keep doing it. Or you leave it in your back pocket to pull it out when you really need it. You do it. Don't sit here and not use the things that your character has and then complain about them being a pain to play because like you're not using your best tools. And then you're like, oh, it's so hard. I always got to space stuff out. I always got to do this. I always got to do that. No, go get in his face, pressure him, understand what's good and what's not. And then when he tries to take his turn, if you understand the frame data, if you understand that, okay, you're this negative or you're this plus, and he's gonna press a button here, and you don't want him to take his turn, and you flash, and he sticks his arm in a flash, and now they've crumpled. You do that, but you have to learn the proper places to do it so that you can do it way more often so people are scared to press a button against you. That is how you are supposed to be playing. There's a difference between mashing and knowing how to use your moves on your character to get the win. If it's if you want to say abuse, right? I use up 1-1 so much. I use up 1-1 in the teleport so much. I would say that I abuse it. I would say that I abuse like the stance and the low. I would say I abuse plus frames. If you have plus frames and you can keep doing it, abuse them. I will use I have hit so many people with unblockable attacks because they don't sidestep. No one be sidestepping. So I will just pull out my unblockable. I'll run up on somebody and then do it. He'll drop back. They'll try to block, unblockable. I'll just do it sometimes because now they're like, what the fuck was that? Then when they have no health left or something like that, I push them up against the wall, run up to them, unblockable. They don't sidestep. Boom. Dead. And I sleep like a baby at night. People will complain, oh, he's unblockable. You literally have a million years to sidestep it, but nobody fucking sidesteps it. You don't even got to go that far to the side. But people don't sidestep, so I take advantage of that. Until I can't do it anymore, I just won't do it. I'm not sitting there doing it over and over and over and over again because people will figure out very fast that they can sidestep it. So I wait until they're not thinking about it, and then I do it. I hate when people complain. I take the game in a very competitive level, but I also want some good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship is not that's not good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship, you need to go to events. You have to go to events. You have to go to events because the toxic stuff that you get online and ranked is not how it is in people will, if you have some wild shit that you abuse and some unblockable setups and you use flash every single chance that you get and they hit all the time and they stop people from doing their pressure. If you're doing that to somebody in a match at an event and y'all are just playing casuals and everybody is watching y'all, dude, people are going to be hype. People are going to be hype. They're going to be like, yo, your Yoshi is sick. They're not going to sit there and be like, oh, this person, all they do is flash all the time. Like, people might say that in joke, but people don't do that. People build you up for being the best character you could possibly be. If you do some sick shit and you mix somebody up, people are going to be cheering for it. People want to see it. People, and then the people that you play against, especially if you're playing in casuals, if you do it to somebody in tournament, which you should, they gotta hold that L. It's a tournament. As long as you could do it in game and it's not a broken bug, do it. Afterwards, most likely, it'll be like, oh, good games, man. Good games. Your Yoshi is pretty fucking sick, yo. I don't know how to block that thing. And then y'all talk about y'all match if you want to. Like, there's most people, if you shake their hand and you're like, yo, man, let's get some games in later. Yo, you're such and such, your character is sick. Your playstyle is sick. I want to play your character some more so I can learn that matchup. That's how it works at events and at tournaments. People are not going to be toxic towards you because you hit them with Flash 700 times. They're going to be like, damn, you're really good at using Flash. Holy shit. How did you know that? You just know the matchup. So every time I was about to take my turn, you be on point with the flashes. That's how it works. I'm going to drop you a follow on Trips. You might have more experience than me. Would love to play you sometime. Yeah, we can play, man. We can play. Lee Gaming, thanks for the follow on TikTok. And had a chat about Tekken. Let's have some hot takes. Let's have some hot takes. Like,
ruler for weeks now in quick matches. Bruh, take y'all monkey asses back to rank. But they don't do that.
But this is the thing that I just don't agree with. Like, he's saying that this is a game where false ranks are aplenty. He's talking about people who care too much about their ranks. Part of this video is okay, and I understand where he's coming from. The other part of this video sounds very, very it sounds very casual. It sounds like somebody who I'm saying not to be. It's like, well, he goes into casual matches and he's mad that he has to play this guy who's a flame ruler over and over again. If I had to play the same flame ruler guy over and over again in quick match, so be it. Great, wonderful. I have nothing to lose. I can just play this guy and gain some match knowledge. Who cares if I lose over and over and over again? Sometimes the way he's playing, maybe I might get upset. Maybe I might be frustrated because I can't beat him or I can't figure it out. But eventually I'll figure it out. And even through playing him and really trying to win, you'll get better. But you gotta keep focus on wanting to be better and keep focus on what can I learn. Like, you may not learn, look, listen, I don't learn something from every single fight, but you start getting used to seeing the strings. You start getting used to seeing a move come out. You start to understand what ranges it's dangerous to be at, or what ranges you can press what buttons at, and different things like that, right? And different ways you want to approach different characters and stuff like that. That's what you want to do. Yo, thanks for the follow over on Twitch, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Thanks. So it's just like, you got to keep focus on you got to keep focus on getting better, and don't not use your tools because they're cheap. If you have a tool and it's cheap, that's the thing you should be using the most. Like, that would be like, people feel like Victor's 2-2-2-2 combo is cheap because it's easy. That is what people seem to be the most mad about, that he has an easy combo. I don't even like using that combo. They mad at the wrong thing. That combo doesn't do nearly as much damage as doing his other combos do. But sometimes I will use the 2-2-2 combo because it's just, I might be close to the wall and I'm not sure if my more damaging combo will actually get me the damage that I want. So I'm like, okay, well, I caught somebody on a random down 2, and it was seemed kind of far, or I caught them on something and I'm like, I don't know what to do here. Like, they're sliding off the wall and I'm on an angle. Yeah, I'm going to hit the 2-2-2-2 combo because I know that it's going to hit. and it's going to put me in stance, and then like I can see what I want to do. I can either do 1-1 and do the mid, or I can go low. So like it, depending on what the situation is, yes, I'm going to continue to use my combo 2-2-2-2. I'm never going to sit there and be like, nah, I'm not going to ever use 2-2-2-2 because people don't like that. Sometimes I pull out and just do 2-2-2-2 in neutral, like, or in somebody's face to see if they know to duck the bullet. And in most cases, they don't know to duck the bullet. And I take advantage of that. But I don't want to continue to do it too many times, not because it's cheap, but because I don't want them to figure out that they can duck the bullet and punish me for it. If you give people too many chances on things that are unsafe, they will figure it out eventually, and then you won't be able to run it on them. But if you have something like Flash, where you can stop their pressure every time if you do it at the right moment, you should be using that all the time. Every chance that you get in a situation where it makes sense. I need to learn frame data, and that's the thing that's holding me back mostly, and that's why I avoid Flash a lot, because my timing is bad. But 3-1 has helped a lot, and I know Kincho stance with forward 2 is really good for spacing someone out when they block. Let's go here. Let's go here. Wait, let me damn it, let me finish this. Let me finish the video. I'm trying to finish the video, but
These people say
he making me want to talk about stuff.
But they don't. Because they've obtained something that's now become precious to them. A fucking video game title. I swear, it's hilarious every time I think.
But it's okay. Like, it's okay to want your rank to be higher. It's okay. People act like just because it's a video game, it should mean nothing to you at all, ever. If you're working to reach a goal because it's like, oh, you know, I want to be better at this game, and I want to use my rank as a kind of a stepping stone, or a thing to show that like I'm making progress, because that's what it is. It's like, if I make it to purple rank, so I make it to the next rank, I had to be doing something. I had to be changing some things and doing some different things to learn how to be better and learn how to adjust my playstyle so that I can beat more people, so that I can get to the next rank and get to the higher ranks, right? Like, it's okay to care about your rank. It's not okay to care so much about your rank that I have to hold on to these points for dear life, and I will unplug my system, and I will leave matches, because that doesn't help you at all. Like, that is counterintuitive to what you want to do, to learn how to play the game, so that you can make those higher ranks. Once you pass the threshold of I need to unplug my system so I don't lose these points because I'm almost at the next rank, so I'm going to unplug on this game because I'm about to lose, and then I'll just play somebody else that I can beat, and then I'll get to the next rank. That means that means your rank actually means nothing, because you didn't actually really earn it. Like, you're just trying to beat people that you know you can beat, and then plugging on people that beat you. Your rank means nothing now. You put in no work.
Think about it. I feel like I'm fucking repeating myself here.
Oh, no. You're not distracting me. You're not distracting me. It's that he keeps bringing up points that I need to talk about.
Skill level rank is in a video game. There's an argument that could be made that this is an issue with the fighting game industry as a whole. All of these things together, you know, the developers, Bandai Namco, Capcom, etc., the big fighting game content creators, the top fighting game streamers, they've all together contributed to building up this idea, this thing that now matters to players so much that they'll do whatever they have to not to lose it.
This is what I was talking about when I was talking to this guy, and I commented on this, and I said, I feel like you mixed two groups of players together. Like, you mix the players who are plugging with the people who are FGC people, or people that want to get better at the game, or people that just care about their rank enough to get better, right? The people that want to get better to get a higher rank, and the people that want a higher rank without the work. Like, those are the two people that you mix together by saying that FGC people are the people that are plugging. The FGC people that are watching the content of the content creators, like the tech and content creators and the big content creators, they're watching these content creators and they're like, oh, I want to be like him. So I'm going to unplug my system so that I can get higher ranks faster. That's not it. Because every content creator who's a fighting game content creator is all about learning and teaching people how to be better at the game. That's most of their content. That's what I'm doing right now. No one in the fighting game community as a content creator is telling people to unplug their system to get higher ranks, or, oh, if you lose to somebody that's spamming something, then you should unplug your system and not let them take your points, because that wasn't a real match. No one is saying that. Like, what?
And in this case, it's a master rank, a legend rank, a Shinryu rank.
Because people worked a lot to get these ranks. People played a lot of I played 1,200 matches, and I'm in red rank. I'm still in red rank. I played 1,200 matches or more, and I'm in Garyu. First, I got stuck in Vanquisher, or excuse me, I got stuck in what is the one right before Eliminator. So I got the Vanquisher, and then I dropped back. I got the Vanquisher again, and then I went to Destroyer, and then I went to Eliminator, and I was like, damn, this is great. And then eventually I was excited when I finally hit Garyu, because I've been working and playing so much and playing hard and trying to win these matches so that I can get there. I didn't do it by plugging. I didn't do it by leaving sets because I couldn't beat the person. I didn't do it that way. I did it by literally playing everybody who I ran into and hitting rematch every time. So I worked super hard to get to where I'm at, and I want to keep going. That's the whole point. If you care about playing the game and getting better, then that's a goal for people. It's like, oh, I want to get a higher rank. But he's talking about the people who are plugging, right? Like, those are, like, it's okay to care about your rank, but it's not okay to care enough about your rank where you're plugging. Like, that's, and then he was, I'm going to go over his comment again after I read my comment to this video. But
Fusion rank. And upon successful completion of obtaining said rank comes the superiority complex.
no one, okay, I'm not going to say no one, because there are definitely people, and there are definitely people that think because they are some high rank that they are superior to everyone else. But in my experience, most of the people that I've seen and most of the people that I watch who are playing Tekken and are either red rank or purple rank or whatever rank, they're all saying, dang, I'm still bad at the game. Maybe when I get to this rank, I'll need to actually like really learn my Tekken fundamentals and really learn like the game, because I'm still really bad. And they're purple. There's some people that are like, and these are content creators, large content creators, like Lotus. I think it was Lotus Asuka, I forget. Lotus. The dude Lotus, he literally said that. He was like, he's like Mighty Ruler or Flame Ruler rank. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I think I can get to Raijin or get to blue ranks without, like at his current skill level. He's like, I think I can get to blue ranks. But then when I get to blue ranks, I'm probably going to have to like practice more and learn more to get better in order to get, further into those ranks. Same thing Spooky said. Spooky, Team Spooky, who does like the streams and stuff, he's playing Victor, and he was like, I think I'm just gonna get to purple, and once I'm able to get to blue, I'm probably just gonna get my ass kicked in blue ranks, and then I'm gonna have to get better. Like, these are all the fighting game content creators, and I feel like he doesn't watch any of them. Like, I feel like he doesn't watch any of them, and he just assumes that all the fighting game content creators are just like, this is you need to be high rank, or I'm going to be high rank. And Main Man Sweet is probably the highest ranked like entertainment Tekken content creator, like solely Tekken. He doesn't play anything else except for when he plays Street Fighter 6 or like maybe like random other games sometimes. But he's solely a Tekken content creator, and he's very high ranked, and he's played Tekken forever, and he's mained Kazuya forever, and he's been multiple characters to high ranks. But that's what his content is. He never makes it seem like, oh, you need to be a high rank or whatever. He teaches people about the game. He teaches people how to play. He puts out guides about how to play the characters. He has like 8-minute guides on like every character because he's played so long, so he understands how to play Tekken. So yes, he can get to high ranks with multiple characters, but he's not perpetuating that like you need to, and if you can't get this rank, then you don't know how to play the game. He doesn't perpetuate that. Like he just is like, oh, I like this character. This character is good. This is what you could do with this character, and then he proceeds to do the things that he showed you with the character to get to high ranks. So I don't know why he thinks that they're these big content creators that are perpetuating that rank is the most important thing. I don't see it from any of the people. And I even mentioned like Brian F and like JM Crofts and these people who are learning Tekken for the first time and they are struggling. Like I am a higher rank than Brian F. Brian F is still in orange ranks, I'm pretty sure. He's playing Paul, and he just switched to hitbox so that he can KBD, because he can't KBD. He was like, it feels impossible to KBD on joystick. So he was like, I'm going to play on hitbox so he can KBD. But, like, he's still in orange ranks. I'm a higher rank than him. I probably would body Brian F in Tekken. But that doesn't mean that I'm, like, better than him. Because he could probably learn better than me. He understands what he needs to learn better. And he has like a large chat to help him learn what he needs to learn for the game.
Leaving now with this shiny new video game title that they are now holier than thou and their gaming credibility outweighs all others.
Ooh.
Silence. Bequeath your attention to me, for I am a Tekken god.
Who says that? Who that is a Tekken god rank says that? What content creators do you watch? Who says that? Now, granted, some people who are actually good at the game say some things that I don't agree with that happen in lower ranks. And it's because they play the game so often that it might apply to them and higher skilled players, but doesn't always apply to like intermediate level or lower players.
And they'll do whatever it takes to keep anyone from taking that from them. Which begs the question if they're even enjoying the game that they're constantly quitting out on to keep that.
But like the whole video so far, the whole 5 minutes has been talking about people who care about their rank so much that they quit out of the games. And this is what I was getting at. I was like, I don't know, man. I think you mix two people together. There's people who care about their rank so much that they would quit. And then there's people who care about their rank, and it's okay to care about their rank. It's not okay to care about your rank and then quit out of games to get higher
rank. Appreciate you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, this is Luke from the U. Until next time.
So in this, I said, I think you mix two different types of players. Pluggers, I put plungers, I guess it auto-corrected, are largely separated from content creators and the FGC as a whole. Largely separated. Not completely separated, but largely separated from content creators and the FGC as a whole. Not saying there aren't some plugging content creators, because there are, and like the one like rank 1 Jack dude, and I'm sure maybe some others, and low tier God, right? And FGC members, because there are definitely people that probably plug who are like new FGC members that don't go out to anything that much and maybe go to a couple of events or whatever. And they probably, some of those more casual players probably plug, but I think most people in the FGC do not plug, because they also don't like when people play on Wi-Fi, because it affects the game negatively. Now I'm a little different about Wi-Fi. I don't mind playing against people who are playing on Wi-Fi, because if you have a good connection, usually it's fine, right? Like usually it's fine. But if you have a bad connection, it's going to be terrible. But I've also played people who are on LAN with terrible connection, and it's bad too. So like it just happens more often on Wi-Fi. Sometimes it's playable though. Some people feel like it's not playable, and they're like, I don't want to do this. But it has to be pretty severe for me to not continue to match. So I said I'm trying to hit Shinryu, and I want to get higher because I want to prove to myself that I can do it. Even though I am trapped in Garyu, I'm still learning new things. Most of these people that quit aren't out to get better at the game. They just want high rank with the least amount of work possible, which doesn't make any sense because the more you quit out, the less match experience you will have to win. And then I guess what? You plug more. The content creators aren't the ones that make the rank feel like more than it is, or excuse me, the content creators aren't the ones to make the rank feel like more than it is though. It's the fact that so much time is put in to attaining these ranks for some people that they feel like they don't want to lose out on their time that they got mixed and didn't get to play the game. He's like, I didn't mix two players. I transitioned from pluggers to talking about what is contributing to making people value something that doesn't need to be valued so much, which is this. You're allowed to value your rank. Like, I don't want people to think that they're not allowed to value their rank. That is a goal for some people, and people can have their goals in video games. You're allowed to have goals in video games, but people will sit here and play video games and then say, oh, well, it's just a video game. It's just video game rank. Who cares what your video game rank is? Some people just want to be higher on the leaderboard. That's the whole point of playing the game, to compete against people on the leaderboard. You want to be higher ranked than the other people on the leaderboard. You want to be higher ranked than your friends. You're competing against your friends to get a higher rank than them. You play in ranked, and you do that. Then when you go and play your friends after you learned a ton of stuff from playing online, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna bust your ass next time I see you on Saturday. And then like y'all play each other, one of y'all wins. Maybe the lower ranked dude wins because he knows a little bit more about the matchup. Maybe the higher ranked dude wins because he's just been grinding it out and he's just like got all the sick mix-ups. But you're competing. That's what the whole thing is. It's competitive. So any portion of it is competitive. That's why they put leaderboards and ranks in the game, to have something for people to fight for. Because if the game didn't have a rank system, it would just be like the Wild West, and it'd be like, okay, yeah, you hop on, you play some, you hop off. You're not really working towards anything. If you're playing in quick match nonstop and you never play ranked, you're not really working towards anything. If you're brand new to the game, you'll definitely be learning stuff. But if you're not focused on learning the proper things, then you'll just start learning, oh, what can I mash to beat this person? And you'll stay at the same rank. You'll stay fighting the same low rank people. Y'all just mash each other to death and never really learn anything. But if you play ranked, you'll move up, you'll learn new things. People will mash better. And then like you'll attain new ranks, and you'll get to fight better players, better mashers, better knowledge checkers. And then you'll start to get better and you'll start to learn. That's how it works. And then I said, after this vid, run some matches and chat up. Yeah, we can play some after this. You don't think that people value their time, that is the reason that they value the rank so much? I mean, there is definitely other reasons, but I don't think it's more because people play so many. I think it's more because people play so many matches, not because of YouTubers and streamers, because this existed before fighting games were mainstream. Street Fighter 4, we didn't have a bunch of YouTubers and streamers. And I know people were still plugging then. People still cared about their rank back then, right? For some, it's possible to want to work toward a goal of pushing your rank higher while still learning. I don't think it's so bad to care about your rank, just not to the extent that some people care. Are we saying the same thing or no? Because like I'm like, I don't I don't think I don't think we're saying anything different. I was like, I'm trying to see if we're on the same page, because like this whole thing is just like, I think it's okay to care about your rank, but it's not okay to care about your rank so much that you're plugging and basically cheating your way to the top, because those people don't matter. But I also want him to separate the people who are plugging from the FGC. Like he makes it seem like the casual players are the ones that are watching the matches and learning, and the FGC players are the ones that care about their rank so much that they're plugging. And I'm like, that is not the case. Just because people are from the FGC or they're part of the FGC, they are not the people who are plugging. The casual players are most likely the ones who are more susceptible to plugging and rage quitting and one and dunning, right? Well, some FGC people might one and done you, but plugging and like rage quitting is more from the casual audience that don't watch any of the content, because they think they're so hot stuff and they shouldn't lose to certain things, and they're like, no, I'm not, I'm gonna unplug. And he said, okay, let's see, I don't think that time and rank equates to each other. It does, because depending on how good you are, you could be spending a lot of time, because people are not going to be plugging in low ranks if they're good. Like if they're good, right, then they're not plugging in yellow ranks. Like if they're actually good at the game, if they're like purple, blue rank or something like that, they're not plugging in yellow ranks. They're just going to whoop all the yellow ranks asses all the way up to where they hit a wall, and then they start plugging. And the dude that plugged on him, y'all were in yellow ranks. And I don't want to make this seem like I'm holier than thou, because that's one thing he said, that, oh, just because somebody is a higher rank, they think they're so much better. But in order to make it to the higher rank, you have to know more about the game. You have to be better at the game to get to a higher rank. So like people in yellow ranks, I can beat everybody in the yellow ranks. Like it. So like it's like they're plugging in the lower ranks because they're not good enough to get to the higher ranks. It would be like oh, if it would be like, the whole point is they lost the match and they plugged before the win screen came up. If they were winning in yellow ranks, if the dude was whooping your ass, if he was in yellow ranks and he was whooping your ass, he wouldn't have plugged because he was winning. He would have beat you. He would have beat the next person. He would have beat his way all the way up to wherever rank he was going to hit a wall at, and then he would have started plugging. But this guy's in yellow ranks plugging, which means that he's not going to get any. He's not even going to be able to beat the people in orange ranks. Barely. Maybe he gets a couple, but he's not. He's going to be, even if he makes it into orange ranks, he's not going to be able to beat nobody there. And then he's going to drop again. And then he's just going to be plugging the whole time. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Am I so passionate? Are you so passionate about this because you're a content creator? The extent of how much people care is the core of the discussion. And this day and age, things are different. Not normal creators, but the big FGC creators and the industry as a whole. No, that has nothing to do with it. The industry as a whole and FGC content creators have nothing to do with people caring too much about their rank. They have nothing to do with it. People are going to care about their rank regardless of content creators. If you put a rank system in a game, people are going to care about the rank. If you put Tekken out and it has no rank system, people are going to be like, why can't I play ranked and play to rank up my character? Why can't I do that? Why can't I play to work toward a goal? Because you should just be having fun with the game, and you should just be able to play online and just have fun and not worry about ranks. That's what they make Quick Match for. There are people that will play quick match, and there are people that will play ranked. And then you have him complaining about the flame ruler that was playing in quick match. In quick match, there is no, I don't think there is like a matchmaking thing. So you get matched against like much wider range of people. So like, because you were playing the flame ruler over and over again, you're complaining that he was playing in casual mode. But it was like, if you had no matchmaking or no ranked in the game, that would happen to you so much more often. You would get your ass whooped by so many more people so much more often because you weren't able to have a stepping stone to learn the game in ranked and get up to the rank that you should be at, where you hit a wall where you start having to learn, right? When you hit a wall, you start to learn, you start to do better, you get better at the game. Like that's what ranked does. That's how ranked helps you. But you got to be focused on getting better and not focused on the rank. But you have to care about your rank enough to want to get better. Like, and some people are all they got is ranked. They don't go out to events. The people who go out to events care even less about their rank. So the people who are FGC that go to events and go to tournaments, they care even less about their rank because their online rank really doesn't matter, especially when you go to an event and you sit down at a setup and you go to play somebody, you have no idea what rank they are. No idea. You could be a yellow rank sitting down to play against a Tekken god and you wouldn't even know it. You just get your ass beat and you just be like, damn, that guy's pretty good. You wouldn't even think that he was a Tekken god. He might just be a mighty ruler that was really good. And you might just be like, damn, maybe he's a Tekken god. Like, you wouldn't know. You have no idea. Especially if you're yellow and you've never been to the highest ranks. Because your rank really does not matter at a tournament. It really does not matter when you sit down and play somebody at a setup offline. You don't know who they are unless they're your friends. But if you meet somebody new, you don't know who they are. Your rank really don't matter at an event. But sometimes rank is what everybody has. So rank would be equivalent to tournament for some people. Tournament is like your tournament placings. It's like that, like saying rank, your rank doesn't matter. It's almost the same as saying it doesn't matter that you went 3-2 in this tournament. And then the next time you went 4-2 out the tournament. It's like saying that doesn't matter. That matters a huge amount. If I go 2-2 out of a tournament, I'm like, damn, that was pretty good. Like, I understand now that going 2-2 out of a tournament is pretty good because there are some people that go 0-2. There's a lot of people that go 0-2. Way more people go 0-2 than people that go 1-2 or 2-2 or 3-2. You know what I'm saying? So like, the people who only have ranked, that's what they care about because that's all they got. It's like, all right, well, I want to get my rank to this high. I want to get my rank to my next goal. I want to hit this. That's okay. As long as you're working to get better at the game to do that.